who is Haroon, who is Jody, who is George, and like what brought you to the poetry scene, and what is your mission statement in terms of like what you want to achieve?
Go on, Jody.
Oh no, please, I insist.
Nah, see, like age before beauty, bro.
Haroon? Oh God, why me? Can you repeat the question?
Okay, who is Jody, and what is your mission statement? What do you want to do?
Jody is that sensational white chocolate. So many people are gonna hear this and be like, "You fucking." No, I'm Jody. Yep. As you know, performance poet. My mission is honestly just to live my life doing what makes me happy. Okay, like I've spent a lot of time being miserable, a lot of time beating myself up, both mentally and physically. It nearly cost me my life on 3 occasions. I started writing poetry as a form of therapy, just to get a lot of shit off my chest. But it naturally evolved from it being therapy to me now exploring myself as an artist and challenging my own imagination and seeing what I can or cannot create.
Cool.
What concepts will work, what concepts won't work. And I'm not fussed about being one of the world's greatest boast-selling platinum artists that ever was. If it comes, cool, whatever. If I can just help save one life in this world, as my elders, my masters, the artists I look up to have done for me, then
That's awesome.
that's what matters most to me.
Okay.
Just giving back to society, doing what I love.
Nah, for me, as a poet, as a person, like for me, my poetry's always been like raw and honest. And then for me, I've always wanted to tell stories that I never heard about my own experience. And for me, I felt, even when I first stepped into poetry, I didn't feel like I heard it, and sometimes I just don't feel like I do. And for me, like next year is all about kind of opening myself up rather than hiding behind metaphors for my poetry.
Yes.
That's it.
Writer, artist, friend, partner, father, all those sorts of things. I mean, look, why I got into poetry? A love of words and a love of expression. I just love playing with language. You know, I like exploring the possibilities of language. Like with words, like you can write a line, a stanza, any of that, and yet the impact of a combination of words, there's alchemy in there.
Love that.
And you know, the whole is, if it's done well, it's greater than the sum of the parts. Why do I do what I do? I mean, some of it is driven by stuff that's, I don't want to say selfish, but it is, for me, I think the unused or, you know, latent creativity, I think it's actually very bad for people's mental health. And I think part of a contributing factor to people's mental health is that we're living in a society that makes it hard for you to be creative. It's very consumerist driven. It's very much about consuming and making money. And unless you really fight for your creativity, you know, you're not really going to be able to explore that. And I think it contributes to a lack of well-being. So I partly do it for my own well-being. But also the other part is, it's quite similar to Jody, really. I know how much I've been saved by watching a great film, going to see a good play.
Music,
Sure.
Which I can't, it's criminal that we've been here for hours in the studio and we've barely touched upon it. And we'll
that's
come
another
back.
episode for sure, because
We'll
I know
come-
you guys love
literally.
music for sure.
We'll talk about it. But
Yeah.
for me, just being able to make stuff that if it can have that kind of impact just to make someone's day, make life that little bit more bearable. You know, like Jodie said, I'm not really sort of driven by the huge trappings of being famous or being a star. In fact, what was really interesting was someone once posed a question and says that, look, as a creative, as an artist, you know, you've got three variables: fame, you know, money, and not necessarily being rich, but just being compensated for what you do. And the respect of your peers, you've got three variables. Which two would you want? And for me, it's never about fame. I think as long as I can earn a living doing what I do, being creative, that would be great. Respect to your peers is good.
Yeah.
It's nice. I think one of the things that has been really lovely about becoming a creative and an artist, whether it's in my day job as a copywriter, or whether it's, you know, music, making beats, or, you know, with other poets, everyone at this table is a poet, is that community and camaraderie, which is quite nice. And I think that's quite healing. So, you know, those are all things I sort of long for. So, yeah, as an artist, much like Jodie, it's just about the satisfaction of making stuff and the satisfaction of knowing that it's actually sort of impacted someone.
For me, it's basically just, I just kind of want to create, and like Jodie touched on, like, yeah, life is short and there's so many bucket lists of things I want to do, and being a creative allows me to tick those off. And yeah, just I want to leave something and also give a platform for people. And that's what my channel is. That's what I'm always doing through my work. And I hope that is communicated to everyone in the scene. But yeah, like, I just kind of want to, like you said, express myself through the alchemy of words, give creatives a platform, and yeah, just tick off everything I want to do before I leave this earth. So that's pretty much my statement.